Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday and welcome into episode 4 of Sports First. I'm Gabrielle Amado and this is Kay Murray. It's an all-girls show today. And do you know what else today is?
What is it today, Gab?
World Smile Day. So we're going to tell you which footballers have the best smile. Who you got?
N'Golo Kante, standard, best smile in football, maybe in all world sports, Gab.
I think so too. How about Ronaldinho?
Excellent.
He really always smiled. And there's another one that we thought of the other day. Santi Cazorla, through everything that he's been through,
Legend.
Always with the teeth showing.
Always. But Gab, what about your compatriot, Andre Silva?
Oh my God, best smile and best eyebrows in the game. Well, on our agenda today, 5 different teams could go top of LaLiga this weekend. We'll take a look at who is in the best position to do it. Then we feel Pep Guardiola sweating already as he is set to face his kryptonite. We take a look at City's trip to Anfield. Then we hop over to France to preview PSG taking on Lyon. On Sports First, that starts now. This photo right here will be all of us this weekend as La Liga is gifting us a round of endless possibilities. The Spanish title race is so tight that 5 teams, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Sevilla, Atleti, or Betis, could be top of the table come Sunday night. So let's break down the must-watch matches this weekend, starting with Alaves taking on Real Madrid. Kay.
Well, Real Madrid seem to have a scoring problem right now. In fact, it's their worst scoring stats in years. They are not finding the back of the net. And as Keylor Navas has even said, you cannot shut out the sun with just a finger. Now, I've never heard a phrase like that before, but he's actually explaining what it takes to cover the void that Cristiano Ronaldo's goal scoring has left. And we've seen that in these last 3 games, across all competitions, they failed to find the back of the net. But Madridistas, worry not. When they went 2 without finding the back of the net in September 2011 under Mourinho, they went on to win the league. Ooh. When they went 3 without scoring under Fabio Capello in the 06-07, they went on to win the league. Not saying that's going to happen this year. Few things need to happen. Few players need to step up. Benzema's getting a lot of heat at the moment, but let's not forget he's in a transitional period himself. This is the first time he's been without Cristiano Ronaldo. He's used to setting him up. He's used to that interplay with him, giving him that final pass. Now everybody's looking at him to be a goal scorer. And it turns out there is a man on that bench who's got the number 7 on his back, who's perfectly capable of putting the goals away.
So you think that Mariana should maybe get the starting 11 position?
I would like to see that.
Ooh.
I really would. It's a proven goal scorer, an out-and-out goal scorer. We've seen when he comes on how dangerous he's looked. We've seen his statistics last year in France.
Fantastic.
Get Mariano on Lopetegui.
Hashtag Team Mariano. And good news for Real Madrid also is that Bale he was back in training this weekend, so he is expected to be in the squad against Alaves, which is good news because we all know that Bale injury watch is a heavy watch that we're all watching.
It's a heavy watch, and Real Madrid often are very reluctant to give timelines when Bale gets a muscular injury because they're like, oh dear, we don't know how long it's going to be this time. Here we go again. But this one seems to be a bit shorter, and he could be featuring at the weekend. And it's a good time to feature because we do know Isco's injured, and we all know no Isco, no disco.
Ray Hudson would be proud of that line. And well, let's move along to the next matchup, Atleti versus Betis. This is an Atleti side that is kind of flown under the radar. They have 1 loss in their last 24 La Liga matches, so they've done pretty well, but they also haven't really impressed us.
No, not right now, but it does seem to be that they've been the biggest winners in the dropped points from Barcelona and Real Madrid, and Griezmann is looking on fire. And that was almost like a new signing in itself for Atleti this season. Griezmann deciding to stay. Now, Costa's going to be injured for this one, but let's not forget it is a full season of Costa this time around as well. All across the pitch, in every position. They've got world-class players. Jimenez injured for this one as well, but he is looking so strong. He's quick, he's aggressive. He's got his national team partner at the back with him, Godin. So when Godin has a few slips, as we've seen, then he can help him out on that. And let's not forget who they've got behind them. Jan Oblak, 3 times Zamora. So I think Atleti are going to be okay. I actually saw a wonderful little... I think it was like an extract maybe from a Pep interview or a Pep's book, where he'd let Diego Simeone once upon a time come and watch him training, and Diego Simeone had gone, no, this is not my style, this wouldn't work for me. And Pep said, I love that he knew his mind, that he knew what he wanted to do. They'll continue to bore us in equal measure and then sometimes impress us, but Griezmann's looking on fire right now, and we cannot count them out of the title race.
No, absolutely. And this is an Atleti side that we all said had a great transfer window in the summer, so now we're really beginning to see all of the pieces come together, and that's one to watch. Valencia versus Barcelona.
Okay,
yikes.
So we always think, oh, Valencia against Barcelona. Valencia are going to do something really good. Maybe they'll beat them because a few times it happened, but I pulled the stats together for us, Gabby, you ready? It doesn't look good. Right. Valencia have not won against Barca at Mestalla in La Liga since February 2007, so 2007. Valencia have only won 1 of their last 8 La Liga games against Barca.
Opta K.
Marcelino has never won against Barca in his managerial career. He's lost 14 of 18. So if Barca do lose this one, then you can talk about a crisis.
I have another little stuff for you. This is Messi's favorite La Liga opponent. He's been involved in 31 goals against Valencia, 21 goals himself, 10 assists.
And did any of you see Messi in the Champions League this week against Spurs?
I would be very, very afraid.
Dangerous form.
So I think Barcelona will walk away with 3 points also.
I honestly do. But one of the really interesting things here is that this is a Valencia side who can punish. Yes, they just got their first win in La Liga. It has taken a bit of time to get that stride going. They've got some quality players throughout their ranks, as we know, Dani Parejo and Gonzalo Guedes. Now, the good thing with him being an actual Valencia player this year and not just on loan is that it's looking as though it's going to be Guedes or Guedes, proper Portuguese there, of last season. Valencia form last season, Guedes, or World Cup Guedes.
I'm hoping for Valencia last season, Guedes. We all had so much high hopes for this man at the World Cup, and he failed to show up. But just like you said, Valencia were able to secure him from PSG permanently. I feel like he feels very at home at Valencia, and I think that he'll use this stage to kind of show the world, oh, I'm back, I'm here, I'm still doing this.
Yeah, I am Gonzalo Guedes.
Yeah, but he's been having a problem one-on-one. His final touch doesn't seem to be there. So, and a lot of people are comparing it to the problems that Ronaldo had earlier in his career too, that one-on-one finishing. So we'll see how he does at the weekend. But against Barcelona is definitely a good stage to do it. And the last matchup to round up the top 5, Sevilla versus Celta Vigo. This is a Sevilla side that is so exciting.
Well, I have to say, I am a huge Pablo Machin enthusiast. I think we all are. I mean, look at what's happening at Sevilla at the moment. We're talking about Atleti, and if they're in the title race, well, guess who's ahead of these guys right now? Sevilla. Sevilla looking amazing under Machin, and we know that he's so tactically astute as a coach. Look what he did with Girona last season. He takes them up, they finish 10th. They forced other teams to have to change their formation to adapt to his. He is wonderful coach, quite serious if you've seen any footage of him, but he definitely knows how to get the best out of his players, and there is no better example of that than Andre Silva right now, the man with the best smile and eyebrows in football.
Unbelievable season. He was such a bust at AC Milan. We saw what he could do with Porto, and then he moves to AC Milan, a lot of high hopes, only scores 2 goals all season, and scores a hat-trick in his opening match with Sevilla. An unbelievable performance. He just did great against Real Madrid. They killed Real Madrid 3-0. And I think this is an Andres Silva that's just getting started.
Wonderful. And Ever Banega, fine form as well. Sevilla, don't sleep on them right now. Wasn't going to plan for them midweek in Europe, but in La Liga, those goals, they have been knocking them in. They're great to watch, and it's always a wonderful atmosphere whenever you see a Sevilla game. But they are up against Celta, right? So, yeah, could be
Celta with a lot of born-on beIN kids. Maxi Gomez, who has been fantastic all season long, too, so watch out for that one. Yes, another dance press. Let's hit the comments on La Liga. Andrew Moreno asking, what are your thoughts on La Liga coming to the USA? Well, I think it's great exposure for the league. I would love everyone in the United States to love La Liga as much as we do.
I am all for it. I understand the arguments, but I do want to see them grow the league. I'd love for more people to know all the lovely, intricate storylines, all the kind of managers and players that you might not know as well as you know the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. I think it would be a great thing. And we know there are so many of you out here, La Liga fans in North America. We went to El Clasico. And yes, it was a pre-season game, but it was absolutely wonderful. Packed out house, and you would get just as many fans. I do see the arguments, though, that for Girona, it would probably be more Barcelona fans, so it might feel like a home advantage. But let's not forget, there are many people who may not support Girona, but they just don't support Barcelona. So maybe they can all become Girona fans. The
anti-Barcelona fans. Yeah, absolutely. Roberto Rojas saying the two queens of beIN Sports. No, Robert. You're the queen. No, you're the king, I guess. And Paula Santos saying, Real Madrid is in crisis. Benz can't rise to the occasion. This was a question that we all had going into the season. Can Benzema step up? Is Benzema the real number 9 that Real Madrid needs? Should they buy someone else? And Lopetegui went with no, and I think maybe he's kicking himself in the butt a little bit.
But he's been playing him. I think he's played him more than any other player on that pitch right now. And you saw at the beginning of the season, he'd given the arm around him and let him know. I think with Benzema, it's just because Benzema doesn't want to be that starring role as the goal scorer. That's a different pressure for him. But his work off the ball, his link-up play to help players who are the goal scorers, that final pass from him, that's something he really can bring to a game. And hopefully he can just get a few goals under his belt. But if you do get him playing, maybe playing alongside a Mariano, that could be the Benzema that we know and love when he's at his best. But it is true, he's been the cat version of Benzema lately, as Mourinho once said.
And in his defense, too, he has been a little bit unlucky. He's hit the post, he's hit the crossbar, so it's not that he's not getting into the box, he's just not finishing as we would have liked.
All we are saying is give Benz a chance.
Hashtag Team Benz. So moving along, we have both watched All or Nothing by Manchester City, the fabulous documentary on Amazon, and we both regularly quote one episode of the series where Manchester City faced Liverpool. And I went a little bit like...
Okay, so it's just generally Pep Guardiola stressing out over Liverpool's forwards. Oh, they have...
Salah es bueno. Firmino es bueno.
Mane.
Lallana es bueno. He's
so
freaking out about facing Liverpool, and here we are again, Manchester City taking on Liverpool. I think it's honestly funny to see a genius like Pep Guardiola, a man who you think really doesn't get nervous facing anyone else because everyone gets nervous facing him, gets so nervous facing Klopp and Liverpool.
Because class knows class. That's what it's all about at Anfield for this one. But it does make you wonder, surely Jurgen Klopp can't go 4 straight beating City. Surely Guardiola has worked out what he needs to do. There are some things going against Liverpool right now. Salah's form's not quite what we have seen of it. Many players are on a bit of a World Cup hangover as well. They had busy summers. And then there's just a few other things as well. Liverpool being beaten. We saw that as well.
A little bit of a crisis.
Not a crisis as such, but just
we love a crisis here on Sports
Just showing that they are not infallible, shall we say. Ancelotti's Napoli managing to get something there. So we'll see. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. We know that.
No, great. And Klopp is one of the only managers who has managed to outbeat Pep Guardiola in their 14 matches that they faced each other. Klopp has come out on top 8 times. So this is like, I mean, Klopp is essentially Pep Guardiola's kryptonite.
It is. He's his kryptonite. But there's just one thing. It's a big talk on who wins this. Does this determine who's going to go on and win the title? Please don't give us a draw.
No, we don't want that. And let us know what you guys think about the clash also. But this is a fight between Klopp and Guardiola that started back in the Bundesliga. We saw them with Dortmund taking on Bayern, and now we see it again in the English Premier League, and it's really exciting. Go ahead.
Joe Burton says, another great jacket, Gabrielle. Do you know, on top of this girl's football knowledge, the wardrobe that she possesses is enough to make any of those Hollywood stars cry in shame.
It's called an addiction, and I don't advise it for anyone else. Ray, how far do you think Real Madrid will go in this Champions League? So back to our Real Madrid topic. How far do you think they will go?
I don't think they're going to go all the way this time around.
I don't either.
And it's not the worst thing if they don't.
I mean,
well, obviously, that sounds silly, but you know what I mean. He shouldn't be in too much trouble if they don't. It's a transitional period. There are players who are out of form at the moment. There are new players coming in. I don't think that should be an expectation on them this season.
Absolutely, and I would agree. I mean, this is
even though it always is, of course.
And that's the question: are Real Madrid fans able to have a year where they don't expect as much? And I think the answer is no. We know how much they expect from their team and how much they want out of Lopetegui. But we'll see. I don't think that it's their year, though. I think it's time for a new Champions League victor. And maybe a potential Champions League victor this year could be PSG, who take on Lyon on Sunday at 3 p.m. on beIN Sports Connect. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Okay, so first of all, Lyon are swaggerlicious. And as you know,
I love that.
This is a team where they don't seem to be able to rise to the occasion on the smaller teams, but give them a big team in front of them, and they absolutely love it. Usemoa, another player that was born on beIN.
Yes.
This is our born on beIN scout, by the way. Depay's form has not been what it was, but then we saw good shades of him when he got brought off the bench. So do you then bring him on and let him show what he can do? Very interested on the Lyon side of things. They definitely can upset the big boys. They upset City, they upset Marseille.
Correct, that's what I was
So that's what's happened this year with them. But PSG have not just Neymar, who's always brilliant. They have fully fit, absolutely shining, best we are seeing for a long time, Neymar, in their books right now. He's been looking sensational of late. He's got 7 goals in 7 in Ligue 1. In the Champions League, he's got 1 assist, 3 goals, all 3 of them, as we saw in that, a hat-trick, 2 free kicks, and that tap-in for him. Neymar is looking on fuego.
He's also become the top Brazilian scorer in the Champions League, now tied with Kaká with 30 goals in the competition. So I think this is, just like you said, the best version of Neymar that we've ever seen. And I think it has a lot to do with his relationship with Mbappe and his newfound relationship with Cavani. I just think they all mesh. They're all having fun. You see it out there. They're exciting to watch. And let's be real, their collab with Michael Jordan is everything that we want to see always.
Jordan, fantastic.
Can you send us merchandise? Because we would love to see it.
We'll wear it whenever you want. We'll wear it here.
No, definitely. So who do you think is going to walk away with the win here? PSG, Lyon?
Do you know what? Because of Lyon rising to the occasion,
are you calling it an upset?
It's going to be close, but it's going to be PSG.
Okay.
Not with Neymar in this form.
A reminder again, that's 3 p.m. on beIN Sports Connect. So tonight we have the Extra at 7 p.m. and then you are on the locker room tonight. What are the boys talking about?
Herding the cattle like usual on the locker room. No Ray Hudson. He's on a well-deserved holiday. So we've got Phil Shane, Christian Vieri, Gary Bailey and Thomas Rongan. We'll be talking about a lot of these topics. That goal-scoring topic at Real Madrid, their worst goal-scoring start in a decade, I think it is. What needs to happen with Benzema? Should he be benched, or are we looking at the wrong side of things here? We'll be talking about Barcelona and Arturo Vidal. A little bit frustrated right now. Was he right to go vocal on his thoughts about what's going on with him? Because it does seem there's another King Arthur right now at Barcelona.
That everyone is loving.
That everyone's loving. And he's not saying naughty things to the press about his team.
Exactly.
So we'll be talking about that, and we'll obviously be talking about Liverpool and City and many other things too. Tune in.
So it's going to be a fun show. That's at 7:30, but that's all we have time for today on Sports First.
It was a lot of fun.
Have a fabulous weekend.
National Spotlight.
We'll see you next week.